Welcome to another episode of Coffee Shop Confessions with David Castillo and myself, Miguel Contreras. Collectively, we are Rain West Collective. Oh man, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So I wanted to ask you. I've been observing, the industry and so forth, and a lot of younger agents and a lot of old dogs like myself still in the business. I wanted to ask you specifically because we've been doing this for over a decade now.
All right.
You started in your 20s.
Yeah.
Now you're in your 40s. I'm gonna put it out there. He's in his 40s.
Just turned 40.
What's changed life-wise? Forget the business part. From life perspective, from your 20s to now your 40s.
Man, these last 11 years alone, just in the business in itself, with the roller coaster of what real estate is, right?
Like that.
Yeah. All the unexpected.
Yes.
Good one.
Yes.
Outside of that, just my personal life. I've known you for about 20 years now, a little bit more.
Yeah.
But just in these last 11 years, it's funny because I was talking to Alex, our other teammate, and the best assistant ever.
The best. The best.
Yeah. I was just sharing with her, like, I feel like I've gone through so much.
Yeah.
Right. And it's crazy to see the perspective and looking back as to what that does to people.
Yeah.
Right. It can go one of two ways. And although we do take these life experiences of, at least for me, like going through the loss of my mom, a few years later, going through my separation and divorce and leading to where I'm at now, it's in reflection, it's just interesting to see where I'm at. Yeah. Right. A lot of those things, people crumble, but people evolve. Right. And I can honestly look back and say that I am the person I am now because of those challenges. I am the person I am now because of the experiences, right? Yeah. And the only thing I can say is just it's growth.
Yeah.
And going into my 40s, based off of what I've gone, not just in the recent years, but just like in my life in general, I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. It's interesting because you've gone through a lifetime of events.
Yeah.
in your 20s, 30s. The last 11 years have been a whirlwind for you, and I've always noticed that you for the most part you've been really focused on having a growth mindset.
Right.
What are the things that keep you focused on that, on having that growth mindset and that trajectory of I'm always going to just keep moving forward a little bit.
Right. It's man, with therapy you learn a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's one thing I'm big on, therapy. And it took me years to actually be open to it, get past the stigma of it. And it's more so just, I see it as a coaching.
It is coaching.
Right. And
everyone should do therapy.
Absolutely, man. But going back to that, I grew up with this mindset of like, I'll figure it out. And that can't always be a good thing.
A double-edged sword.
Yes, because sometimes you try to figure it out alone. And that's when you start running into issues, right? You start internally, mentally, emotionally, and you start shutting people out. And me being 100% vulnerable right now, that's one thing that I've realized as of recently that I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
So where I'm at now in my life, I'm so grateful for my people.
Yeah.
Right, my circle, you guys, my teammates,
your tribe.
Right, my tribe. And going back to answer your question, community.
Yeah.
That's the biggest, I think, the big game changer. When you have a community that you're able to be vulnerable with and be open with, this outside of just trying to figure it out on your own, that's where you make breakthroughs.
I applaud you for that, because right now, if you read, you don't even have to read any articles or books or listen to podcasts like this. You can just observe it. The younger people and older people too, we have a loneliness epidemic,
right,
in the world, and I feel it's more pronounced in the US because we're so tech driven. We're so connected to every app, every social media outlet, every possible electronic device that can give us more comfort and more convenience, right? Order our food. We don't have to leave your house to get your food delivered. If you don't want to leave your house at all, ever, you don't have to.
Yep.
So it's creating these socially awkward people because because being social and being able to connect with people and be able to ask questions and engage someone with curiosity and true interest, it's a skill set,
Right.
and skills diminish if you don't practice them.
Absolutely.
So we have a loneliness epidemic, and I do believe that people are in need and in search of tribes, communities. You said the
Right.
word community, and that's something that for me, in my 50s now, it's more important than ever.
Right.
For me, I started in the business too. I was 27 when I started in the business, and you know, in the beginning, it was go, 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 go. I had to be at every networking event. I was cold calling. I was door knocking. I was doing everything that I could to get as many deals as possible, as fast as possible, be everywhere and be everything to everybody. And it was exhausting.
Right.
And for me now in my 50s, my mantra, so to speak, is how do I slow things down?
Right.
So
Yeah.
for me, it's slow mornings are golden.
Absolutely.
That's what makes me feel wealthy. It makes me feel uh, like I've arrived. Being able to slow things down and just have a capacity to be alone sometimes with my thoughts and my heart and my my spiritual self, and then be able to connect with my tribe,
Right.
my wife, my kids, my people, you guys, my tribes, and my communities, and be able to give back to them as well in a form of contribution.
Right.
And contribution sometimes is just being there for somebody.
Yeah.
So that's a big shift. um, I've always led that way, but it's more pronounced now that I'm older, where I'm like, hey man, how can I give back to my people? How can I mentor? How can I help the people coming up? How can I help them avoid the mistakes that I made?
Right.
How can I help them not waste the time that I wasted chasing, every shiny object
Yeah.
that came my way? So those are kind of the things
Yeah, man.
that are driven.
No, you nailed it with the slow mornings, right? And
Golden,
it's that's
golden,
one thing. Yeah, that's one
golden.
thing that I think it comes with age, where when you're younger and you feel like you're invincible and you have something to prove, I guess.
Yeah,
Where it's like if you're not busy, you're freaking out. At least that's how I
yeah,
was. And to me, busy was productive when in fact it was very contrary, right?
yeah,
Now I love my slowness. I love my alone time. I love my me time.
yeah,
And which before, if I wasn't out, if I wasn't running errands,
yeah,
if I wasn't just out,
yeah,
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm home. What do I do?
yeah.
Now it's just, I cherish those moments, and I really, and I guess it comes with age,
Perspective,
yeah, 100%.
perspective.
So,
Yeah, I think with the more with age comes experience, and but you know, some people, even with age and experience, forget or don't have the capacity to be able to zoom out and see the big picture.
absolutely.
And I think this is where slowing things down really help you to zoom out and be able to see a lot more angles and see opportunities and see things that may appear to be an opportunity or a win per se, and you look at it in depth with you know with the bird's eye lens or deep view, and then you're, hey, maybe that's
Yeah.
not the right thing. So for me, one of the newer words that I've been not newer in time and space, but for me is boundaries.
Boundaries.
Saying no
Yep.
is even more important now. So sorry, I can't make it to that event. Sorry, I
Yeah.
won't be at that party. Sorry, I won't be able to volunteer for X, or I won't be able to go to this networking
Yeah.
event. And it's not because I don't want to go; is that just I don't have the capacity to be able to be everywhere.
Right.
And I think that mindset of always hustling, always grinding, being everywhere all at once, it actually dilutes you. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because if you're everywhere, if you're always
Yeah.
present, if you're always everywhere, if you're always online, if you're always this, then people just see you as a commodity.
Right.
So creating a little bit of scarcity, and I'm going to change the word scarcity to more like margin, so that you have a little bit of
Right.
margin to be able to give yourself space to rest and recover. That's so important. I think we miss that because we have that grind culture,
Right.
right? Even at the gym, it's all about grind. Even wherever in business, always be grinding, always be
Yep.
hustling, always be closing. And if you give yourself that recovery, that rest and recovery, you have more energy.
Right.
And if you can approach any area of your life with energy, fully recuperated, fully invigorated, then you're that much more valuable to the
Right.
person in front of you because you're present. You're able to be present.
How does that saying go? You slow down to speed up, right?
Yeah, 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 for
So
sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the
Uh,
day, we're in this for the long haul.
yes, there was one that I learned a long time ago from Olympic weightlifting. It was slow and smooth, smooth is fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that because the smoothness. You want to be what if you can get things to be smooth, humming at a smooth level. That's great.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, man. It's you touched base on boundaries, right?
Mhm.
And it's again interesting enough where I feel like you and I are on very similar stages,
Yeah,
right? When it comes to what the optimal, what we're trying to accomplish. And
yeah,
obviously, we want to be successful. We
yeah,
want to, do what we do. But at the end of the day, like that's nothing without peace, right?
yeah.
And the only way we're going to accomplish peace is by setting boundaries
Yes.
and being able to put us first when we need to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because we serve so many people
We do.
outside of our business, outside of our clients, outside of the people we need to show up for, our families
Yeah.
and whatnot. But I think sometimes we lose sight as to, like you said, like that burnout is real sometimes,
It is.
right?
It is. And I think also burnout often has a lot to do with misalignment. So when people like when I've experienced burnout, and I have, um, and sometimes my drive or my goals aren't aligned with you know
Yeah.
with the things that really matter to
Yep.
me as a person. So when I have that misalignment, it's like a car that needs a tune up and you're just revving it hard and it's going to break down.
Yeah.
So, but if you tune it up real nice and you maintain it, you check the oil, you change the oil regularly, and like your tires in alignment. I mean, like shit, like
Totally.
man, if you're driving that car, you're going to wear out those tires
Yeah,
like
man.
so fast. So, alignment is crucial. And I think embodying that for our kids and our families is so important because you know, you're a dad, I'm a dad. And one of the sayings growing up that I hated was do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
I hate that. I hate that saying. So and I don't tell it to my kids. Yeah. Because I know that irrespective of whatever comes out of my mouth,
Right.
they're gonna do what I do.
Right.
So the way I do things is the way they're gonna see like that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So I have to be aligned always to have that energy to course correct because we're human and we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna mess up.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. Totally, man. This was good. So we
Right.
touched base on community,
Community,
boundaries,
boundaries.
alignment, and peace.
That's it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, those are the four pillars. If you can
Yeah.
focus on those,
work around those.
don't say it's easy, but it's
Nah,
you have a guide.
absolutely.
So that's good. All right.
Right on. All right, guys. Catch us at the next coffee shop with our coffee shop confessionals.